What is the water of life in Dune Part 2? One of the most mysterious and interesting elements of the second Dune movie was the water of life. This mystical blue liquid led Paul to enlightenment, to become perhaps the Messiah or the villain of this universe. In this video, we will be talking about the water of life and how it changed Paul forever. And for more videos of your favorite series and movies, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Welcome to the Oasis Geek. The water of life is undoubtedly the most mysterious mystical element in the sequel to the Dune movie. A liquid that was linked to the prophecy of the Messiah of this universe and led Paul to become something more. But what exactly is this water of life? And what permanent effects did it have on the film's protagonist? To understand what exactly is the water of life, we must first understand what the sandworms are. These sandworms are also considered quasi-deities by the Freemen, the humans living on Arrakis, a desert planet in the Dune universe. These worms are extremely dangerous and are attracted by the constant rhythmic noises. The size of these worms varies greatly, ranging from the size of an earthworm to gigantic creatures. Paul was subjected to a test where he had to tame one of these creatures and prove that he was the chosen one. So the story of these sandworms is always linked to the story of the chosen one. However, the movie showed us a mystical element wrapped in a mystery, and that we didn't know it had a connection with these worms. According to the story of Dune Part 2, every time a person loses their life, the water from their body is deposited in a sacred place. This water would later be used for the ritual. In this ritual, a sandworm is summoned, but you must have the ability to summon a small one. This is quite a risky ritual, because you could unintentionally summon a large worm and cause the death of the people in the temple. Then, the sandworm is taken and deposited in a pool of water, where the sandworm is drowned underwater. But this water is not the typical water of a river or a well. It is the water of people who have lost their lives. On the planet Arrakis, spice is the most valuable resource, an element that is used for interstellar travel, and that affects the minds of humans in this place, even giving them powers to see the future. But the scarcest resource is water. When a person loses his life, the water from his body is extracted and deposited in a special place. Then this water will be used for this type of ritual. Now, when the sandworm loses its life, it exhales a bile. That bile, which mixes with the water of that place, is the blue liquid or water of life in this universe. This liquid is an extremely potent poison, which will end the lives of most people who drink it. In Dune Part 2, it is used during two rituals. The first ritual where it is used is with Paul's mother, Lady Jessica, who upon drinking this liquid causes an anomaly, as she was pregnant, causing the baby in her womb to also be affected by this poison and develop psychic powers. It was thanks to this liquid that Lady Jessica was able more effectively to manipulate the inhabitants of Arrakis to follow the path of the chosen one. However, this liquid would profoundly change Paul's mind. No man has ever survived this poison, but Paul is not just any man. After being subjected to this ritual, he almost loses his life, but is reborn as the expected Messiah. According to what the movie tells us, by drinking this liquid, the person acquires the memories of thousands of years. This is because they access the DNA of the water of those people who lost their lives in that world. What happens with this is that in the past of Dune, a war occurred between machines and humans against an artificial superintelligence. This artificial intelligence practically enslaved humanity, and the Earth was almost destroyed. After the war against the machines, humans vowed to never make that mistake again, and eliminated all artificial intelligences from existence, including all types of digital computers. Therefore, there are many creative ways to store the information of what happens. Each person who experiences something during their lifetime serves as a kind of hard drive, storing every moment they have experienced. Then, when they are subjected to that process where the water is removed from their body, their memories are also removed. Then they are transferred to the worm when it is drowned, and then they are transferred to the human. It's really a very creative way of accessing the necessary information without needing computers, but it causes a serious problem for Paul. It is assumed that all men who go through this ritual lose their lives, and only women could endure it. Those who were part of this religious order of the Bene Gesserit sisterhood. However, a woman of this order wanted to give birth to the chosen one and decided to have a man and train him, since in her religion there were prophecies about a savior. Then everything changes for Paul when he is subjected to this ritual, because Paul also has the ability to see the future, but now thanks to the ritual, he carries the memory of 1,000 lives. He can also see what is happening in the present and easily find his enemies. The abilities that Paul has now represents a power so great that this would destroy the mind of any person. Paul no longer sees reality in a linear fashion. He sees multiple realities happening at the same time, which will lead him down one of the darkest paths in the history of the Dune universe. A path that he knows what it would cause if he heads south, but he must have served his purpose. The idea of the Savior undergoing various tests or rituals before finding his own destiny is a common theme in films depicting the hero's journey. In the Dune movie, Paul had to drink from the water of life to be enlightened and become the chosen one. This is a similar ritual to what Neo had to go through in the Matrix movie by taking the red pill. This originated in ancient Greece, where the Pythoness or Pythia, a priestess who acted as an intermediary between the gods and humans. Before entering into connection with the gods, the priestesses performed numerous rituals. They bathed and drank water from a fountain near the temple, took a laurel branch considered sacred to Apollo, and chewed its leaves. They gave water to the people who went on pilgrimage. So these types of rituals are not only elements of movies that show us a chosen one, but they come from our own history and mythology. Personally, I think the water of life has given Paul the ultimate power, one that he will use to bring the Empire and the universe to its knees. And we could be looking at the origin story of one of the worst villains in the history of science fiction, one who used the memories of millions to subjugate humanity. Without a doubt, the Dune universe is a very interesting one. So if you want to continue watching this kind of video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. You are on The Oasis Geek.